boom, let's go to fit in the room. How you doing? Hey, we're just going to my mini site so don't make us you can access out there. You already know it's your boy Jordan, the Don Adorno. And if you did not know, as promised, here we'll be going over my part 2 G-Fest haul, featuring all of the Bandai figures that I acquired at G-Fest. So with all that being said, let's just jump right into the haul. So to start things off, here we have what I assume to be a Bandai finger puppet of none other than King Caesar. Now, if you guys know me personally, or if you guys are well aware of this, King Caesar is one of my absolute favorite kaiju within the Godzilla franchise. So I knew I had to go into G-Fest coming back home with a King Caesar figure. Now, I will say that there were a couple of King Caesar figures I was looking at, but unfortunately, you know, people were fortunate enough to be able to obtain those figures. But nonetheless, you guys know I am a sucker for finger puppets, and when Michelle pointed this out to me, I knew I had to get it, especially being able to showcase this in my little collection set of King Caesar figures that I have in my collection. Now, I will say I do have a couple more King Caesar figures, but being that this is the only space given to me to showcase my love for King Caesar, I had to throw the finger puppet right in there. Next up, we have the Bandai Movie Monster Series Ebirah from Ebirah Horror of the Deep, or Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster. You guys, believe it or not, this is the only Ebirah figure that I have in my entire collection. So I am extremely excited and happy to say that this is the first piece of Ebirah memorabilia that I have in the collection. I mean, you guys know how much of a fan I am of Bandai figures, and especially with the most recent criticism of Bandai Movie Monster Series lineup of figures, they really hit the nail of the coffin with this guy, alright? I mean, yeah, sure, you could talk about there's really no paint applied to it with a little bit of dry brushing of black, but there's really nothing you can do to really make Ebirah look animated in terms of paint application. Nonetheless, you guys, I absolutely love this, and if you guys do not have Ebirah, go get this guy in your collection. And to start things off with the Gamera side of things from Bandai Movie Monster Series, here we have the 2023 Jiger from Gamera Rebirth. Now, I will say, when it comes down to details for every up-and-coming and past Bandai Movie Monster Series figures that we've had, Jiger takes the cake. She is extremely detailed and absolutely stunning figure to look at. She is definitely an eye catcher, I will tell you that. Though it does lack in paint, the choice of giving her the metallic blue really does make the figure stand out, even when being applied over on top of the purple vinyl. Nonetheless, if you are a fan of this specific beast, highly recommend getting her. And speaking of obscured looking beasts, here we also have the Bandai Movie Monster Series Gyaos from, just like Jiger, the up and coming Gamera Rebirth anime series. Now, I am limited to, unfortunately, Gyaos figures in my Gamera collection, and being that Gamera's making a comeback in this anime, I knew I had to obtain Gyaos. Now, just like Jiger, I acquired Gyaos at the same booth at Beast of the East Collectibles. Shoutouts to Joe Myers and Eric Stolp for giving me these two beautiful figures for such reasonable prices. Yo, I miss you guys. I can't wait to see you guys next year. But nonetheless, this figure is absolutely amazing, and just like Jiger, he is an eye catcher. Highly recommend getting this guy. Now, to end things off from the Gamera side of things from this specific haul, here is the Bandai Movie Monster Series Gamera 1996 figure. This is an absolute banger, including with what you get in the specific card that you see right here, and that is a poster of what Gamera appeared in, which was Gamera Advent of Legion. This is my favorite Gamera of all time, and believe it or not, Gamera Advent of Legion is the first movie that I owned into the collection, and believe it or not, if anything, it was the start to the Gamera collection. Alright, now this also is included with the other two previous Bandai Movie Monster Series Heisei Gamera figures, and out of all three of them, I think this is the better one, you guys. And I do own the 95 Gamera. I don't own the 99 Gamera because I have a ton of 99 Gamera figures for some odd reason. But though lacking in articulation, or given the poor choices of articulation, it should not discourage you from getting this, especially if you do not own this. Just like the previous figures that I mentioned, this is needed in your collection, so go get it. And to save the best for last for this specific Bandai G-Fest haul video, here is the original Bandai Death Ghidorah or Death Ghidorah figure. Now here is just me rotating the box in every angle possible because there is not one specific area in this box that is bland. You have amazing images of both the figure and the actual movie shots of Death Ghidorah and Rebirth of Mothra. This looks absolutely amazing, and this was never opened. Alright, the figure was never opened, so it was sealed in the box, the tape was on and everything, and might I say, wow, Bandai, you guys really knew how to showcase a figure, especially that of a kaiju figure. Alright, I am extremely excited to finally be able to own this classic beast, because if you guys were well aware of, Death Ghidorah was part of the final 3 kaijus that were in the Bandai Movie Monster Series poll. Now unfortunately we lost, alright, and the one monster that won was the rose form of Biollante. So being able to acquire this, especially at G-Fest, for, in my opinion, a very steal deal of a price, makes me a proud owner of this bad boy. The classic way is the way to go, and if you guys are looking for a Death Ghidorah figure, this is it, you guys. Other than that, you guys, that is it for today's video. I really do hope you guys enjoy it. I do apologize that this video is long overdue. A lot has happened. But nonetheless, if you guys enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for part 3. And see you guys very, very soon.